Me, Irene, and my teammate Rachel. Our article is the South China Sea dispute, raising tension in the East Vietnam Sea. Tension in the South China Seas are rising. We all know that since the late 20th century, the South China Sea and its archipelago has been the subject of dispute and conflict between many countries in this region. The situation of sovereignty dispute in the South China Sea of Southeast Asian countries, with China is increasingly tense. In recent years, China had taken more proactive and decisive moves to consolidating its unreasonable claim in the South China Sea, expanding the scope of military activity to infringe upon the territories of other countries. There are some examples here. According to the Energy Voice on August 2020, Beijing Rattle Oil Company in South China Sea of Vietnam, and from the VN Express on June of 2020, Vietnam Fisheries Society condemned China attack on board, demand compensation, and why the South China Sea always have been the source of considerable interstate friction. Over the years, we find some arguments. Firstly, South China Sea is a region of tremendous economic importance. The South China Sea is a marginal sea of the Western Pacific Ocean. It's bound in the north by shore of South China, hence the name. In the west by Indochina Peninsula, in the east by Vietnam, and in the northwestern by Philippines, encompassing an area around 3.5 million square kilometers. South China Sea is the semi-closest sea in the Western Pacific Ocean. The marine resources of South China Sea is very rich, such as fish, seabirds, shellfish, plants. In particular, the South China Sea is blessed with oil and gas sources. The South China Sea contains significant proven and probable oil reserves. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, oil reserves in South China Sea is about 7 billion barrels with a production capacity of 2.5 million barrels a day. Vietnam is the major oil producer in this area. Second, the East Sea had important geostrategic, which allowed aerial and central location in Southeast Asia. The South China Sea is known as the third golden waterway in the world. South China Sea plays an extremely important role in global maritime trade. According to China Power, in 2016, global trade through the South China Sea is 3.37 trillion. The value of goods exports through the South China Sea, Southeast Asian countries is 55%, and the newly industrialized countries is 26%, and Australia is 100% of Vietnamese import and export goods must go through the South China Sea. Historical evidence, historical and legal base that affirm the sovereignty of Vietnam with the Paracel Island and the Spratly Island. Vietnam has more than 3,000 coastal islands, and two of those archipelagos are the Paracel Islands and Nam Nhất Thống Chế were known as Đại Nam Independence, record set of Vietnamese geography books completed by Nguyen Dynasty Nation History. In 1882, record that the Paracel Island, which known as Hoàng Sa, is a part of Vietnam territory in Quảng Ngãi province. It is also written in the east of Cù Lao Rebên Sơn district from the cross of Sa Kỳ 3 or 4 days and 9 can come. There are more than 100 small islands separated by a day road on the islands. There are golden sand beaches continually extending for thousands of miles. Known as a Great Trunsa, there are two maps. The first is the map of Great Annam was drawn by the French in 1838, and the second is the Atlas Mercator Honduras was drawn by the Dutch.
Thank you, Cát Tường. And now we continue with the history of confrontation in the East Sea Vietnam. The struggle to reclaim the Paracels and Hoàng Sa Island and preserve the Trường Sa archipelago for Vietnam is a long and arduous one that will inevitably succeed. Just as Vietnam, which was once dominated by the Northern feudal for more than 1,000 years, will achieve independence and self-reliance when the opportunity arises. China claims are just emerging, arising from poor translation and incorrect map marking in the 1930s. In contrast to the above-mentioned peaceful management of the state of Vietnam in 1974 and 1988, with action prohibited by international law, the Chinese side used force to occupy a number of islands and features. Rocky Island source in the area of two archipelagos, Hoàng Sa and Trường Sa. China's occupation of the two archipelagos and since then gradually building artificial island and illegally militarizing a number of rocks and source in the partly archipelago is a new one. One of the causes leading to the tense situation, threatening peace and stability in the East Sea in the region. Here you can see in 2011 and 2012, Chinese ships repeatedly cut cable of Vietnamese exploration ships. And in 2014, China, despite the oil rig HD 981 to the disputed Paracel Island area, causing tension in relation between the two countries. They didn't stop there, but also in 2017 and 2018, China continued pressure foreign companies to exploit oil and gas offshore Vietnam to keep up. In 2019-2020, Chinese ships number 4301 intentionally sank a fishing boat of Vietnamese fishermen in the sea nearby Woody Island of the Paracels, arresting 8 fishermen on 2 other fishing boats, confiscate seafood and destroy fishing gear on board. The Chinese ship also chased another Vietnamese fishing boat from the area. And recently, in 2021, China's National People Congress passed a new Coast Guard law that gives the country Coast Guard the right to open fire on foreign ships in waters claimed by Beijing. The new law also gives China law enforcement forces right to board ships to search foreign ships in contested water, destroying structures built by other countries to feature China claims. Vietnam finally has broken out against the new law of custom. Let's see what is Vietnam's action towards South China Sea dispute. So Vietnam currently controls 27 features of the spot list, not to mention the I-4 rigs that Vietnam has built in the vicinity of the spot list. Vietnam expanded the archipelago to improve small runway and establish surrounding port. Why does Vietnam act with determination? So we have 3 main reasons: money, delicate geography, recognition by the international community. As my friends mentioned before, money play a very important role in terms of keeping the island. So although the fishing has been recorded in the book for 1,000 years, but the human resource and money are limited. So the island is not home for Vietnamese fishers who live on their land because the life of the island is very uncertain as compared with the continental one. As opposed to China, China built up a military base in 1982 when it recognized the chance to come and benefit from the French retreat. Vietnamese party and the government make a policy to be friendly but not weak. In northern Vietnam, there is still a controversy with China, but simply not the coastal border. China might at all times endanger regional security by installing and contracting a military facility in Paracels. In press release with local and international nation Vietnam consistently affirmed Hoàng Sa and Trường Sa. So to be recognized by the international community, since 1949, the World Meteorological Organization, WMO, has recorded 3 Vietnamese meteorological stations operating. Activities on island in the East Sea, including Hoàng Sa Station with registration number 48860. And the name Hoàng Sa is also acknowledged in the official paper of the international organization, not just Sovereignty of Vietnam Intergovernmental. So now is some of our recommendation toward the action of Vietnam. The first one is to take the decisive measure of sea and island sovereignty. And second one is to encourage the teaching of young Vietnamese generation of Vietnam sovereign waters and international waters about its national region and territories, its rights and duties. Marine and Oceanic Organization and international seminars and conferences. To propose a governmental international law scholarships, English and Chinese scholarship, and reduce language barrier in bilateral and multilateral dialogue on marine matters with nations inside and beyond the area. So thank you for listening. That's all our presentation about South China Sea dispute, especially the rising tension of East Vietnam Sea. I hope that Taiwan International Conference on Ocean Governance 2021 will be a great success. Thank you.
Good day, Chairman and all participants. I am Dr. Li Mingquan, Adjunct Assistant Professor in the Department of Public Administration, National University. I'm honored to be the commentator on the article South China Sea Dispute, Rising Tensions in the East Vietnam Sea. For this article, I have the following views to share with you. First, in